this is Shelina. Today I'm going to be talking about public transport in Dubai. I have lost my car for 2 days, unfortunately. There seems to be 3 different problems with it. I look after the car very well, so God knows how it happens, but one of them may be due to the bumps that we have to go over because something's happened to the suspension, but the other 2 problems are a mystery and it's not amusing me. So anyway, today I had to go for a networking meeting in JBR. I live in JVC. So early in the morning, because it's so difficult to get a taxi to come to JVC, I ordered a Careem taxi. Careem is awesome. I have used them since they started. I ordered an economy car, they upgraded me, so I got to drive in a BMW 5 Series, which made me very happy because I got to be in a BMW, and it was great. I helped the driver to get to the destination because he was going to go a different, longer way, but that was fine. Otherwise, a great, smooth drive. When I finished the meeting, I had to get back to JVC, so today I thought I would be clever and try out the public transport here. I did have my reservations, but as I didn't have the car, I wanted to try out the public transport. I wanted to see if it was a viable option for me in case I didn't have my car again or if I had guests over. So the plan was to walk from the hotel to the tram, then get the metro, and then get the bus from Mall at Emirates back to JVC and then walk a short distance back to my apartment. The plan seemed feasible. The temperature is currently 43 degrees here, Celsius, so it's a bit hot. So I wanted to be preferably in as much air conditioning as possible. So we started. I walked to the tram. It wasn't too bad. It's a shady area walking through that bit of JBR. That's fine. Got to the tram station. Never used the tram before. I have a gold Noel class card. So I said to the gentleman working at RTA, how much is this? What do I have to do? I've never used the tram. He didn't want to serve me. He only wanted to serve the tourists or speak on his walkie-talkie. So I just stood there, sighed a little bit and said to him again, how much is this and what do I have to do? So he said, it's 3 dirhams or 6 dirhams if you're gold class. So I said, okay, fine. There is no gold class in the tram, so why you're getting charged 3 dirhams extra is beyond me. It's just that I have the gold card because of the metro, which we'll talk about in a moment. So I said, okay, fine. The metro came, it was fine. Oh, I also asked him, which stop do I take to get to the metro station? So he said, it's 1 stop. I said, okay, fine. So not only are you paying 6 dirhams for a non-gold class tram, but for 1 stop. 1 little tiny 5-minute stop. But hey, that's fine. Well, not really, but okay. So then, got the tram, that's fine. Was a bit smelly, but fine. I mean, it was empty. There wasn't that many people on it, except for tourists and me. So, got to the the tram stop and / metro station walkway in JLT. Walked there, went to the machine. One of the machines only accepted cash, so I had to use that because the other one was blocked by tourists. And put more money into my card, got on the metro. It was fine. I was in gold class. It was great. After that, I then got to Mall at Emirates. Mall at Emirates, I knew it was going to be painful for the bus stop, but I thought, look, it can't be that hard. The metro station's here. You go down the stairs, the bus stop is there. It will be fine. There won't be any problems. Of course there were problems. Went to the RTA little box office thing. There's no one there. No one. And I know I went back again half an hour later because I was still looking for the bus stop for half an hour. There's still no one there. So I walked around that bus stop. There is no air conditioning areas for that bus stop. And considering it's a big hub for buses to come and stop and people waiting, there were all these poor people with umbrellas, fans and very little water standing there, and there was no air conditioning units. It was shambolic. I expected more from RTA, but anyway. So I looked around, no one to help me to find this bus stop to get the bus J01. I finally found a cleaner. He was very kind and said to me, you have to walk that way and you'll be able to get the bus from there. And I said, okay, so do I walk through the mall or, He said, no, just walk that way. So I said, okay, fine. So I walked. I started walking. I walked past the Kapinski Hotel and the kind security man tried to help me. And while he was helping me, we saw my bus drive past. I saw it go. I said to him, that's the bus I need. And he went, okay, well, the bus stop's there. And I went, but the bus is not stopping at the bus stop. And he went, oh, yeah. And so I said, well, the bus stop must be there. I went, okay. So I walked, and I walked until I got to another bus stop. And I got to that bus stop. It doesn't have the number for my bus. So I'm standing there, looking on my phone, trying to find it on the RTA website with no luck whatsoever. Got to the point that I was standing there for about 5 to 10 minutes, really getting dehydrated, sweating a lot. Luckily, I had 2 bottles of water with me, so I had to call a taxi. But then, of course, when you want a taxi, you can't get a taxi. The rest of the time, there were taxis hooting at me, asking me if I wanted them, and I said no. When I needed a taxi, I couldn't get one. So tried to get a taxi, ended up getting the next bus that turned up. Got that bus, went all the way back to the Mall of Emirates bus stop, the main bus stop. Got off that, still couldn't find my bus stop, so I jumped in a taxi. The taxi was not the nicest looking taxi, and okay, I was spoilt in the morning because I went on Careem, but you know, it was just a bit skanky. But he was fine. He even asked me what exit to take to get into JVC. But then he started talking on his phone, which really irritates me. I don't care if you've got your headpiece on. It's still, you can't concentrate while you're driving. So, you know, I gave him a filthy look, but it doesn't help. He did get off the phone eventually, and then we drove, and he was sensible, a bit fast, but fine. And by that time, I was so hot, sweaty, and I just wanted to get home. I didn't want to be in public transport anymore. So I did get home. So it is feasible to partly get back to where I live, but there is no proper public transport unless you use a taxi. And getting a taxi here is a nightmare as well, so you have to use private taxi firms. I won't use another private taxi firm because of their past history, so I'll always use Careem, and they are good to me even when there are problems. The tram was fine. It's a bit extortionate for what it is, but I suppose you have to pay that money to make up for how much they built of it. If the tram actually went all the way to the Madinat, I think it might be a bit more useful. But it's fine. If you're in JBR and Marina, I guess it's great to then get onto the metro. That's fine. Metro is the metro. The metro does its job to a point. It would be great if there were more lines, but inshallah, one day. The bus service. The bus service is great if you're in the old part of town, in Dubai, Dera, even Jumeirah. Going to the new part, no. I have tweeted to RTA and they said they're going to contact me. Let's see. I haven't got high hopes about this getting fixed. Their website was terrible. The app didn't help at all. It didn't work. It didn't want to tell me. It told me I was in Gizeh. So the end result is, if you're in near the metro stations or the tram stations, you're in luck. You're going to get good public transport. Otherwise, if you're outside a bit towards the desert, then you have to drive. And now the petrol's gone up, so we have to suffer twice. So you have to suffer with bad public transport and paying more petrol for your car. But at the end of the day, I can be in my car, I can be alone, I won't sweat, and I get to sing really loudly, so it's all good. So that's my blog for today about using public transport here. It's not something I'm going to do very soon, or except when I go to pick up my car, because they won't come and drop it off for me. I'm so spoiled, I know. First world problems. Anyway, if you liked what I was ranting about today on my vlog, press the like button down there and share it on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, if it's still around, anywhere else. And I will be vlogging very soon. Thank you.